Welcome back to another episode of Times New Roman, where it is time to talk about Onyx Storm Part Deuces. I'm not really sure where the boys left off what page. I'm trying to catch up, but I'm Nick, and welcome back.
All right. Where do we want to start, Will? Where do we want to catch Nick up here?
We can jump right in with Greg. Greg's a long-standing take that ice is a bitch power. Looks a little bit cooler now that Ridoc can suck the water out of the air.
All right, dude. Freeze.
Last Airbender style.
Dude, freeze drying. Listen, freeze drying fruit is not that cool. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
People.
What'd you say?
He's gonna eventually try it.
Yeah, he's gonna try. He's gonna try it. He's gonna try it, people. It's not confirmed. He's gonna try it.
I'm just hoping it does.
But I just relax because we don't know. We don't know. Ridoc's still soft. That's all I have to say. He's still soft. But I have a take on Ridoc that I think is a little bit interesting. I think Ridoc, because you see he keep praying to that one god, Zahala, right? The luck god. It's the only one that he really cares about. There's a piece of me that thinks like he has ulterior motives, and that the reason he wants to be so close to her all the time is because, you know, he's got a part to play in this whole Azephany nonsense going on here. And I have some information to back me up from the previous video that we talked about, previous club meeting that we had, which is remember that dungeon fight with Jack Barlow and the three Venin that sneak in and they're wearing the scribe clothing. Remember that scene? You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Part of this book.
Yeah. Ridoc is just such like an idiot in that scene. Like pretty much loses his sword. He looks like a complete embarrassment. I think that is done on purpose because there's no shot he can go killing a Venin. Let's also go back to when he's like killing the wyvern or whatever nonsense. He's just like touching its face or something. Like, what are we doing here? We have ice powers and we're not using it. And also now we know that Venin people or Venins do have signets. I mean, there's a lot of things, a lot of fingers pointing that he could be a Venin, and I'm still sick with my Belgrade thought too. I'm just tell me that wouldn't be because I'm telling you.
I mean, your backing to it is.
How dare you?
I'm cooking. I don't mean to hurt anyone's feelings here.
How dare you?
But it would be a big lie though, because he goes on a big speech about how like. If Liam was here, like no one would get hurt as much or die. So that's why he needs to be there.
You keep reading. There's a major scene that's later in the book that you'll be like, nah, he's not that in there.
Nick, I think you're just too lost in the sauce. You're lost on the Ridoc train.
Listen, you're Obi-Wan Kenobi right now. I'm Master Yoda. Okay. You're you're not even Obi-Wan.
Terrible take right here.
You're not even Obi-Wan. At this rate, you're probably like Rey freaking Skywalker, and I'm Master Yoda. I'm the one who's in charge. I have all the wisdom here, not you. Okay, you're not even at this point. You're not even like gone with the Padawan breed yet. Okay?
I'm over here. I'm General Grievous collecting the lightsabers. I'm out here collecting the Venin. I know exactly who they are. That's who I am.
Wild. I just want to give a quick little shout out here to the Slurpee 11. I just went back and pulled up your comment on my phone. I just want to know, is ice power still a bitch power in your eyes, or can we actually finally agree that it's sick? Because the comment that they made, which was at the time, I think it's a great comment, how like they're not using it like Frozo to skate across the lakes or ice or like anything like that. And that's a great comment. I think it's awesome. But like now our boy Ridoc can literally freeze blood. Just saying.
This is unconfirmed. Cool. This is unconfirmed. He can freeze water in a grape. That is what Ridoc can do right now.
Last Airbender style. He's a bloodbender. That's a little cooler. I just wanted to give a shout out to Slurpee 11. Thank you for the comment on the first video. But you know, just saying, please comment below if you think it's still a bitch power.
I also want to make a comment. I saw a comment on our last video. Someone talking some shit
You know who that
about
was?
Milek and Varish. I don't know who this person is, but watch your mouth.
Old book club.
Oh, the old book club.
Shout out to Julie with an eye.
Julie, you have you just I don't know what to tell you. If you're not on the Varish train, I don't know what to tell you.
No, she's right on that, Greg.
No, incorrect.
She's 100% right on that.
She's right on that. But I mean, Greg has some facts to back it up.
Dude, waking up and reading that comic, crazy to wake up and read. Just like
that's why I responded to it. No, Greg hasn't thought about this.
Just crazy. She's lucky. I would have popped off right there. But
we love all the comments. Please keep them coming. They're great.
Oh, yeah,
we
they're
laugh
great.
about it in our group chat. We think they're hilarious.
They are funny.
But, all right. Then after all, so you know that Garrick has 2 signets.
Mm-hmm. And
I think
I was right. You guys blamed me for being wrong. I was right.
He was right.
Will, you understand? I have to flame you for being wrong. Like,
Well, yeah, but
the
I'm
answers.
saying
Like,
Greg said it, and then you like were like, oh, Greg started it. I'm with it.
Like I
But
have to like
thinking
have to
sick
play
combo
both sides
regardless.
here, guys.
I know, but sick combo regardless out of Garrick,
I think
and he's a
also
sick
too.
professor. I
I
want
think
more
it's
Garrick.
Garrick is pretty badass. But I have to say now that the 2 signet thing of the relic people, it kind of further like goes on in my theory that Melgren is a Venin, because now we're really starting to look at Coda now giving these people 2 powers. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, no, if I mean,
I
yeah, I
think that
guess,
was
but it also backs the
intentional.
theory. It also backs the theory that I was trying to tell you guys that like Coda is actually for like the rebellion.
I know that's what I'm saying.
That's why, like, you know what I mean? But like, I don't think it has to do. I know what you're saying. Like, you're chopping off to because like the only people that can have their dragons like not listen to them or like go and do their own thing are the people that turned out to be bad or Venin. I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But like as far as we know, like Varish wasn't Venin. Although like in my heart of hearts, I do think he is. I think he's coming back in the 4th book. In my heart of
He
hearts.
has to be Venin. He has to be Venin. Why would he
I
care
think
so much
so
about
too.
JB?
I agree 100%. I don't
That's
think
true.
we've seen the end of him personally. I don't think so. You don't see him in Onyx Storm, but like I just don't think it's the end of Varish yet. I think there's something else there, and it would
It
make
does
sense
seem-
because they didn't kill him with the alloy hilted dagger. So like if he is Venin, like he would still be alive. But
That's-
you know, I don't know. I think
Pancake theory.
there are things that happen at the end of this book that will set up book 4 for us to learn a lot more about the Venin and things like that. Which then I
Yeah.
think is going to open the whole like Pandora's box of like who's Venin, who's not Venin, because it just goes back to the quote from JB from Iron Flame when he's like, we're like all over the place, like we're already like here. You don't even know who we are. We're everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? And like you know, like along the lines of like he could be your best friend and you would have no idea. Like, you know, so it's interesting that could be. I think it can be explored more.
They almost have like a hive mind kind of aspect.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Yeah,
I kind of do.
it's like a pyramid scheme.
Because like it's also because like they can't. You're kind of. That's a good point because like they can't. I don't know if you guys know that or not.
Well,
No, you do
let
know that.
me share
But they
something
can't-
because it'll maybe go off of what your thought is. Because I was going to say, because JB says some things in there saying that he can't necessarily sense people that are like more skilled than him.
Yeah, because
but
he's
he-
not strong enough.
Yeah,
yet.
but he can sense like the peasants around him.
Yes.
The ASIMs.
So, yeah, the
Yeah,
aces.
then everybody who's not an ASIM can sense them.
Yeah. So my thought, that's where I'm like getting that hive mind thought, where it's also interesting that like either like the mavens or like the sage level, those people are like absorbing people and they're like competing with others to like try to get more people. So I'm curious what that is really. Why is there a competition in that almost?
Did you get to the part where you definitely did? And I'm just gonna say it's not that much of a spoiler, but like Venin, like if you're in like an ace, like you can't harm your sage.
No, that was
No, you're.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
that's a little spoiler then. But
Did you like talk to Jack the one time, and he was like saying
okay, so
like,
she
the
only talked to
information,
him
like,
the one time.
like he was like the generals don't share with the cadets what's going on.
Yeah.
So he was basically just saying that he doesn't know everything that the sages know.
I think
And that if you don't,
Theopine, whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Finish, Will.
I was just gonna say that he also said, which might come up later, that if you're not already exposed to magic, then you can't just suck up the magic from the earth, because she was worried about the infantry just all becoming venom. That would have sucked. That would have been quite the turn in the book.
Yeah, that whole scene was cool
too. Because like I agree, I think that whole scene was cool too because it gives you a lot of information. But then it's also really fun too because then it's like now you know that like every single Venin is a fallen dragon rider, which is cool.
I'm trying to think if I well, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. I thought you meant like fallen and as in like they died.
No,
I thought you meant as fallen.
No. I'm saying like because like the only way to get power is through the dragons. Like to have that access originally.
Oh, but he says that it can be taught. So like true. You could.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like all the ones we know, or I mean, the ones like that were like now, but
I still think like the one theory that like I kind of agree with Greg, which is like such a hot take, and like I don't want to believe it, but I kind of do. Like, I'm really not going to be surprised if it turns out that like the Imperium that stayed. Not the ones that went to Orisha, but the ones that stayed. It will not surprise me if they're bad. Like I think like they're the true villains because it's just like Greg said it before too. But it's just so interesting that like Jack Barrow's like about the whole power thing, and he's like you bonded two of them, and it's like clearly he's talking about the two dragons, and it's just like he's like they're the gatekeepers of power, like like. They don't want anybody else to have it, and there's a reason behind that. Like I just think that's fun because like usually the gatekeepers in any series are usually not good people. Like like they're usually not the good guys. So I don't know. I think it's just going to be fun. But then it goes with that whole thing, like like the Venin look. Excuse me, they look like the bad guy. They have the red eyes coming out, like like all that stuff. The red veins, like they look like devil children, but.
And also what they do to nature around them. Like if we're coming from like a more like I guess nature, they have this very much like decaying almost property to themselves in order to continue to feed. They're almost like parasitic almost. So and they also destroy the barons, and they have to keep kind of moving.
I mean, maybe they're not like maybe it's not the answer is not like the Venin are good, but I don't think the Empyrean is necessarily good either. Like I don't think it's a black and white. Good versus evil. True. I think it's like who's the worser of two evils kind of things, and I could see it ending kind of like a spoiler if you haven't read or watched the Hunger Games, but how like the Hunger Games ends where like Katniss shoots the new president because like she's evil too, and it's like you know what I mean. Like I could see something like that happening maybe.
I could see it splitting to like Tyrandor versus the Navarre
to me,
and
like right now, like Tyrandor is like the only like good guys, like
Yeah, like it could definitely become like a 3-4.
We can't be completely hating on Navarre. I'm not saying I don't think Navarre are necessarily bad people. I think do they have bad leadership to a certain degree? Yeah, but I'm not cooking all of. I do think he is a venom, but that doesn't. It would be like I don't think that then it constitutes all of Navarre as like bad. That's what I'm trying to say. There are good people in Navarre. Like that's what I'm saying.
This is Greg giving his political response now. Now he wants to be all politically
correct.
There's good people. They're not all bad. Just because there's one bad egg does not mean they're all bad.
Exactly.
That's what he's trying to say right
We're trying to get away from group effect here. We're trying because and also Poromil. We're saying Poromil's bad. I don't agree with that either. I don't think
that's true.
I don't think, well, they're not necessarily good, but like
that's what I'm saying. I think everyone has their problems.
Wait, so you guys. Not to jump ahead, but to jump ahead. You guys met Halden.
Yeah. Well, we save that for later. We have to get ourselves to Halden. We can't jump to Halden.
Get me back.
Halden's excitement.
That Nick brought up because Nick brought up the burning city last time. Do you remember? You thought that we were there. I don't think Halden's there yet.
But now you know what the burning city is.
Yeah, Aura confirmed fucking bitch. She sucks.
Oh yeah, she's terrible. I'm happy. I'm not okay. Let me turn back to her. She died.
Airbender that kills Grady,
and then dies.
Yeah.
Dude, the fucking wing leader. That's the wing leader that challenged Dane, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's heartbreaking when Grady dies. I didn't want to.
I didn't like Grady, but that was like
still sad.
still a sad death.
I thought it was like somewhat kind of fitting for Grady because he was like an annoyance and he died like just
Also
so
true,
stupidly that it was like
because he's like the RSC teacher and like he's like acting like he's like a badass. He knows how to survive in the wild, and it's like the first mission he goes on, he dies immediately.
Yeah, and the whole scene they're just bitching him the entire time.
Yeah,
literally. It also shows like his
Satan's just like, nah, I'm running it, dude. Like just stand back.
I know. It shows like his own incompetence too. That like the choices that he made were the reason he died. Like that he wasn't really that good at what he did. He was just cocky.
Yeah. So then you met the actual quest squad.
Yeah, we know the actual quest squad.
The quest squad was formed.
Massive fan of the quest squad. Massive fan.
Yeah. All great people. I agree.
Yeah,
massive fan.
It's a pretty solid one. I don't love Drake so far.
I'm actually a fan of Drake. I like Drake
because
that's the one that
Cat's cousin.
Yeah.
Cat's cousin.
The one when Mira Yes, and Mira just knees him in the balls immediately.
Yeah. Like they flirt without like the romance like part of it.
Yeah, it's just straight enemies at the moment.
Yes.
All right, let's jump back because we're a little far. I want to jump back. Because there's some interestingness with Dane happening here.
Him getting
going to
journal.
Vi asking him to go get the journal and him now defying the father. This is that redemption you guys were like wanting so badly. It's happening right now in front of you.
Yeah, I will say he is looking. He's looking pretty good right now, and even just jumping ahead quickly when they're in the aisles and Zayden's just like treating him like an actual human being. Like, Dane's solid at the moment. That was a great chapter.
Character gets like really, really like funny. There's like one part where like it's not really a spoiler, but there's one part where like Dane like brings up something about his child, like their childhood with Violet, and like
they're talking about horseback riding, right? This is
we
know about horseback riding.
I love that part, dude. And Zayden's like, he's like, no, like tell me, and Dane's like, what? And Violet's like, are you okay?
There's
wrong, like,
dude. There's a piece of me that thinks like, I don't know, because there's no more magic or anything like that. And he loses everything. That he's almost at a sense of peace now, where like he doesn't have to be something anymore.
Like, I don't have the power to save everyone, so like it's cool. Like,
that's what it is, because there's no power below his feet, so it's like he doesn't have to.
Yeah,
you know.
But he's had like a great like 8-ish chapter stretch. This book is basically, it feels like just jumping back and forth between him being self-loathing and annoying and like the absolute man. Because once he becomes the professor, he has a great run.
This book is described in the fandom as this is Zayden's like love letter to Violet. Like
he was popping off on the horses.
That like he's like super nice. Like there's multiple. It happens a lot in the book that like you'll see that it's like he's like worshiping Violet, like because he didn't have her in like the last book, then he finally gets her back, and it's like that.
This book,
the guy's a simp.
Exactly. This book title should be "Simping Storm" instead of Onyx Storm. It's crazy how much
move he pulls on Halden when he's like he knows he's all riled up. So he's like, "Oh, what's my title here?" And he's like, "You're obviously the Duke of Tyrannor." Oh, not a professor, dude. Absolutely. He's going off.
Yeah, and then that was great.
Yeah,
great part.
Great part, dude. Nah, yeah. I think this book does Zayden nothing but justice. And he's still a badass, but then it shows the other side of him, which is like nice.
It's just when he gets all like, "Woe is me," is like it's annoying, but it's like quickly snapped out of like. Violet just is like, obviously I'm here, like we're good.
Yeah,
and it's like okay, we're
sad boy Zayden is not a fun read.
What pages did you guys end up on?
204, I think. The end of
205.
We ended up looking at 24.
Yeah, but I did want to bring up because I was confused on the book that Dan gives Vi. Right, the father's journal.
Okay.
What in the world was the password? Like they were talking about, is it Halden? Is it Violet? Is it this? And then they just randomly pop up a random name. I don't understand who that name is.
The name was Lilith's Dragon.
Lilith's Dragon.
The clue was like about the first love.
Dude, even better. I thought the whole book scene when the lady's like looking at Dade and she's like, oh, like you're her boy, like the boyfriend, and like the Shadowbringer, like all that stuff. And she's like, and Zayden's like, no, that's me, bro. Like I thought that was so funny because like Dad's like, oh, I thought you'd end up with Dade. Like that's hilarious.
Oh yeah. I think that we like ended.
Did I just do like a major spoiler?
Yeah,
I think that's the next chapter because we ended in the store and what's her name?
We don't know much about that girl. She's
Marvel.
Yeah,
whatever name already. I'm looking at it. You read it already.
Like you are the kid, or you are Asher's daughter. I have your books.
Yeah, I have the books he wrote for you. She literally just came down the stairs. Literally the first thing she says is, "You're Asher, whatever." At least now we know the dad's name is Asher.
Yeah,
that
was revealed in like one of the pre-blurb things because the last like 7 out of 10 ish chapter blurbs have been from Asher's book that he gives Violet. Like with
if you got the book, then you know the password, and she already opened it, then you know the scene I'm talking about. There's no way you would know
if it's Lysel. If
there's a second password. Because the first book was just his notes from the archives on the Krovlich Rebellion. Okay. I think that's what is like the.
Did you get Mirror's Sucky arc yet or no?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Nothing that you said there rings a bell to me.
Okay, so then that's after this book, because the lady that like has the book says something about it. And
they're like
super butthurt, and then like she has like a little like "woe is me" arc, and it's like kind of fucking annoying. But
we ended with like the horseback riding, and then they go into the bookshop to find Narvel, and then they attack.
Oh, so you're at the first place?
Yeah, we just got that letter. We just got that letter from that girl Zephany playing. I don't know, not like she's like planting like little letters around for Violet, being like, oh, I'm going to get you to join, whether you're gonna do it or I'm gonna force you to do it.
Well, that was when they got the Griffin like relic thing, right? I forget what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever the scroller thing.
Yeah, whatever Halden to use to. I don't really know what Halden's doing, but he's talking with like the Council of the Isles while they're out finding Narvel.
The best thing about the whole quest squad, in my opinion, is Halden riding in the basket.
Oh, it's great! It's a great scene.
It's hilarious.
And I love how
Takaris is like, he can't show up. Like, we have to sail. You can't show up.
Oh, shit. Okay, so you guys are in...
We're on the Isles. We're on the Isles now. We landed...
You're on the first isle.
Yeah, the first isle.
So you're not at the part... Okay, so you know, because I just want to make sure I'm in the right spot. So the quest squad goes to get the book. Halden goes to meet, like, the king or queen.
Yeah, I don't really know what Halden's bringing the Griffin. Like,
yes, but you do not know what's going on with Halden right now.
No, not at all.
Oh, just wait.
We gotta bring it back to, because Halden has a very interesting entrance. I feel like to the whole thing.
Halden's ex-boyfriend, dude.
He's the man. I'm not gonna lie, a big Halden fan.
Shadow fucking wielding him against.
Dude,
did you just say you're
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big Halden fan. You know what Halden reminds me of? You know what Halden reminds me of? You guys both take a guess. Who does Halden remind me of? Take a guess.
T.
No, not Big T, dude. Come on, Big T's the man, dude. He reminds me.
Related,
he reminds me of like. I don't like. He reminds me of like a Mikhail, like Yoon. Actually, more of like a Yoon. He reminds me of like a Yoon almost.
I hated Yoon.
I know, but dude, Yoon made a lot of the book. Dude, all I have to say is Halden is I could already tell like he's going to be pivotal in this book. It's going to be sick.
I can't
like
wait
we needed more of this because now we lost Varish. We need Halden bad. We need Halden bad.
I like necessarily evil, but Aric's definitely gonna bitch him once like he takes over and gets Earth power. Call my shot.
We'll see.
They're really set on this Earth power, dude.
Well, I'm just saying.
Who says have it? They're like it hasn't been around for 500 years.
You know,
or whatever it is. Yes. Oh my God. Now we know him.
It could be someone you know already. You don't know.
Yes, but Violet definitely it's a brain thing. The second signet, because they like super allude to it, especially with her only being the only one that can talk to Tiernan and Andarna in the Isles without the magic.
Real quick, shout out Greg's messy bed.
Number one in the world. Number one.
Number one on the bed, number one in your heart.
Dude. Yeah, absolutely. But we need to take a second here and talk about Sawyer possibly making a comeback here. Getting
his leg is really cool.
He's just going to keep making a sick metal leg.
Exactly. He's got the pimp leg.
Did you get to the part where he talks to his dragon yet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, it's a really cool scene.
We just returned to classes, not
okay. Yeah, there's a really cool scene like when he goes to like talk to his dragon, like Violet's there. It's like really cool. But I liked it because like Sawyer's whole thing is like he doesn't want to basically like doesn't want to embarrass his dragon. It's like his thing right now.
All right, we can see that. We'll see what Sawyer's cooking up because he's got the leg. He's not going to signet trainings though. He's just doing basic class training.
Dude, my man just made a prosthetic leg. Okay, clearly his signet is pretty strong. You don't need no signet training. I'm just saying. Okay,
it's more like he's not going to flight maneuvers.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It's more he's not doing flight remover stuff because he hasn't spoken to his dragon yet.
And his leg isn't full pimp yet. It's getting there. It's half wood, half metal. We don't have a full pimp leg.
Like they talk about him, it just gets better and better.
Yeah.
Like right now it's metal and the one before was metal and wood. So he finally
shout out to Senya too. Like stays with him through the whole process, dude.
Jasenia got expelled.
She almost left when he was like he just told everyone that she got expelled.
Yeah, she got a little bit triggered in that moment, but it's all right. Sawyer's the man.
Oh, that's right. I forgot she got expelled.
It's weird though. She's expelled, but it doesn't really matter anything. Like she's not leaving.
It's not that no. She didn't get expelled. She lost her. She like lost the higher up thing.
Yeah,
she was gonna be the next one once whatever his fucking face is the fuck face was gonna leave. But then, like, because she left, like, she loses that, and now she's just like a regular scribe.
Yeah, I agree that.
Well, she's like assigned to being Grady's like personal fucking research, but in reality, it's just her.
Yeah. She also has all the royal archives. Yeah.
What'd you say, Greg?
She also has control of all the royal like archive related stuff now, which she's excited about. If anything, she's doing more cooler stuff now than she was. In my own opinion.
Well, because now she's not doing what censored fucking works.
Yeah,
dude, which
is actually legit.
Yeah, we have to talk about this. We're going on a flight here, the Isles. We finally.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about anything with you anymore. I gotta be honest with you, dude. Fucking sitting here with fucking the Halton take. I think this is the end of Times New Roman. I think Will and I.
Control yourself.
I think Will and I are just gonna do our own thing, dude.
Control yourself.
Maybe we'll bring in
without Halden. Halden, this book is trash.
Sarah, you want to join?
Damn, dude. We should have someone join. Sarah should join.
We're kicking Greg.
Actually, ask Sarah. What's her Halden take? What's her Halden take? Ask Sarah. Does she like Halden as a character?
Can we give her a guest appearance?
No. Ask her. Does she like him as a character? Like, as in, like he's good for the book.
No, it's a hate. It's a hate.
He's good for the book, though.
I really like her. More to the hate for Varish and all the fucking other shitbags in the books,
dude. You guys,
Yeah, and she's further ahead too, so she knows what's going on. With
you guys are like hate watchers. You love to watch the characters that you
Holden,
hate.
What happens with Holden's crazy, right?
It was very crazy.
Did you hear that?
It's a good read. It's a good read. It's entertaining. Sorry, Greg. Go ahead. The flight.
But I wanted to go back to the flight. I want to go back to we're losing magic, except for why is that? Is the Irids
too from the brain signet, or because she has the two?
No, let me be straight with you. It's not really answered. I think like the whole theory is because she can't talk to Tiernan. It's only
no. She can talk to Tiernan. No, she can talk to both.
Yeah, so it's never actually. If I'm being completely honest with you, it's not confirmed or like we don't know. Like we don't know because I remember that
it's like just so fucking powerful.
Because like I know what her second signet is, and it does not have anything to do with that, so I'm not really sure why.
There's a piece of
me, Black Dragon and Iridescent Dragon. So
yeah, maybe I don't know.
Power than anyone.
There was a thought where I was thinking, you know how she carries the gemstone with her? I forget what the hell that's called. I can't.
The one that Mira gave her, or no, the conduit.
The conduit, yeah. There's a part of me that thinks maybe the conduit holds a certain amount of power. Maybe she can keep the connection going that way. That was going through my head for a little bit.
Felix,
so the answer is
gave everyone conduits. Sorry, I was just cleaning that up.
I'm gonna give you the answer. It says it's because of Andarna's unique nature as an Erad, who is essentially magic person. Basically, like
dropping lore.
Well, no, like because she's an Erad, like Andarna just has like magic all the time, basically, allowing her to maintain a bond with Violet regardless of the presence of magic.
Sorry, folks. Massive spoiler here. If you haven't gotten to the point of Erads are not like
it's not in the book. What do you mean?
Exactly.
I mean, I said it. But
wait, if it's not in the book, then how is it even true?
They probably did a deep dive and figured it out.
Deep dive. There's no like uncovered folders on some laptop about that.
That was my best too. Is like because she's an Erad, but it doesn't like I know for a fact. Sarah, back me up here if you know it or not. Either like, don't remember ever being told, even when like eventually you, which is not a spoiler, but eventually when you meet the Erads, like it's not.
She said, "Yeah, said. Agreed with you."
Yeah,
it's not really.
It's not in the book.
I'm trying to think if there was.
Calm your tits, Greg.
I know because that just means that's just a theory. That's not the truth.
Okay.
That's a theory. That's all I can say.
I can't accept facts, but he loves freaking his people.
Dude, that's not facts. If Rebecca Yaros didn't come out with it, I can't take it as weird. I read from the scriptures, Nick.
We need to get. I can't wait for we're reading this all with the same knowledge.
Dude, I'm gonna blow by it.
Dude, I cannot. Dude, Poppy War is gonna pop off. That's what I can say.
Well, Poppy War. Well, Greg spoiled what the next series is.
Fuck!
This, like when it comes to.
This is my first one, Nick. You've dropped 8 million.
That's a bigger one. That's our future plan.
Oh, that's funny.
Spoil Last Airbender though for the people, and then
I did spoil that. I spoiled the
random things that don't do anything.
Hunger Games now.
You spoiled Hunger Games. Yeah, you're just like
it's 3. Yeah, because Airbender, Toll, and Hunger Games. No, not Toll. Thunderhead.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we're just cooking with this. But yeah, I don't know. I was saying to Will with the conduit. I was thinking maybe possibly conduit. I see your thought with the Erad being some possessor of almighty magical power, and then there's also a part of me where you keep saying that her power is like almost like a transcendent power where she just like forms it out of lightning when she is just power herself. So that leads me to believe maybe it doesn't matter where she is, power just emanates from her.
Yeah, because she's pure power. That's her actual like signet power.
Yeah.
It just forms in it's in the form of lightning.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's why like later, like in like the end of Iron Flame, like you're like, oh, like she could shoot lightning bolts out of her hands. Like, you know, it's not like it doesn't have to be from the sky. Like she's just pure or raw power.
I know she can, but it's like kind of annoying. she just always pulls from the sky, which like I get like is most powerful.
You know,
like,
it is interesting you said that, but it's also like
out there.
Yeah, but then it's also like, dude, it's kind of like it's almost like Captain Marvel, like then like or Superman, like she's like too OP then, like you know what I mean? It's like, cause then it's like, well, if she always does it,
saying, like I get for the story and like having stickier situations, but
then again, I mean, like you know, she could just still be all badass. Because, like, you know, like in Lord of the Rings, like Legolas is clearly the best character and he's so overpowered. And the whole series he's overpowered.
Yeah, I actually was saying the exact same thing to someone at work today.
Oh, it's the truth. Dude, the guy snipes with a bow and arrow from like 15 feet away. Like,
so Legolas just fucking L's the elephants.
Dude, I was the best is in I always say two twin towers. It's so fucked.
That is fucked.
Two towers. I know, and
I've been crazy.
Doing it since I've been doing it since I was a kid, dude, and I can't break it. Two towers. I mean, listen, if anything, remember 9/11. It's kind of respectful if we're being honest. Okay?
Yeah, it's respectful. Jesus Christ. That reminds me of like this reminds me of those cheerleaders that did the two twin towers it's so routine. Bad. It was so bad.
In that fucking dude in Two Towers when he stands on the fucking cliff, like when he gets ahead and like you got the fucking like orc dogs coming at him, and the motherfucker's just sniping, dude, with the fucking bow.
Him and Gimli are keeping count.
Yeah, but we can't say Gimli's not cool. I mean, Gimli's badass. By the way,
he's like even like more.
Gimli's the worst.
No, Aragorn's the worst. When's the last time you watched the movies?
Fully all the way through.
I don't think Aragorn's the worst either.
The last full rewatch has probably been at least 3 years.
Rewatch him. Aragorn's a fucking bitch, dude. You can quote me on that. Rewatch him. He's nothing but a whiny bitch, dude. I'm not disagreeing with that. He's very strong. He's a whiny bitch throughout the whole fucking journey, dude. The whole journey. Favorite Lord of the Ring fact, though, is that the only time that Legolas and Frodo ever speak is in Fellowship of the Ring, and the only thing he's ever said to him is, "You have my bow," or "and my bow," and that's hilarious.
That is pretty good.
Oh yeah, but Frodo's the worst. In all honesty, Frodo's
I'm talking about the big three. The big three.
Yeah.
Big three.
Yeah, big three.
The Three Musketeers.
I want to read those books.
I do want to read those books. If we're gonna read those books, I can't rewatch because then I'll just won't want to read the books.
No, we got to read and then we do the watch. Yeah. Like you know, like one of those.
That would be good for the next series loop.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Go further down, and we're not really. It's even more out of the brain.
Yeah, because then it'd be fun too. Like we could do like where it's like reread and like. I'm sure I can find it online, but it's like, all right, like the first 150 pages is like the first 20 minutes of like the first movie. And like we could compare and contrast like things like that. Let us know in the comments below if you'd like to watch that. I mean, I would watch that, but that's just me. And then we can hear Greg be like, Gimli is the best character and Frodo Baggins is a legend. And we can just fucking hear that.
You're not going to get those takes. Gimli is sick, but you're not going to get those takes.
Gimli's only sick because you get the axe, bro. It's awesome.
He's badass. I'm not gonna lie, Aragorn's pretty cool too. Aragorn. I'm not gonna hate on him. I think he's pretty sick too.
I'm a fan.
I'm telling you, you guys gotta go back and watch movies and you realize he's just a whining bitch.
I haven't seen it.
Like this is by far the best character.
10+
but
years.
Anyway, I digress. Sorry, that's our Lord of the Ring rant. We always go on a rant, but that was a good one. I love Lord of the Rings. And I'm glad, Will, you also agreed that Legolas is like super OP, but like
it's like not even close, dude.
It's like
because we're getting way off track. Have you seen the lore that like the armor that Frodo has in Fellowship of the Ring? I'm not like in depth enough to know the actual names. Whatever armor he has was actually made for Legolas, like when he was a baby.
But I didn't know that. Yeah.
Shit, he's the man.
Yeah, he is technically a prince. He is technically so he is royalty. It's true.
Yeah, dog.
Also, if you haven't watched Rings of Power, you guys should give that a watch. Great show. Amazon.
It's on the list.
Really good, actually. But yeah, sorry about that. Let's get back into Onyx.
Well, we can get back in, and this could honestly kind of be close to the end. Greg, kind of right last episode, or at least it seems.
What can I be right about, Will? Tell me.
The Venin twin telepathy situation. It's growing, become a potential possibility.
This is why I say when you guys like sometimes you guys are right, and then other times you guys are just dead wrong.
Honestly, everything I've said has been right. The books just haven't come out yet. That's all. I'm spoiling the books for you. That's all I'm saying. I've spoiled 4 and 5 for you guys.
He's the one doing the deep dives that are posted on Reddit. Like, these are the answers you're looking for.
Exactly. I have the hidden folders.
Rebecca Alex is just his pen name.
Exactly. Gracie, can you imagine?
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Chunk of evidence of her, it's a possibility.
Did you guys get to the part about, so you guys know about the Venin having signets?
Yes, we do know.
Okay.
They also updated the sheet on like how to fight Venin. They added like a little like write in because they didn't do it with all the books. You had to like write in that like they have signets now or something like that.
Yeah. Did
was that, and then
did you get to the part when they went about the signets?
What'd you say?
Did you get to the part about the magic and the signets and like?
Probably not.
No.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think so.
You know what Theopene's
like
signet is?
It's lightning,
or whatever?
but
It's lightning, yeah.
Or at least what we believe it is.
Yeah.
Lightning.
And Violet doesn't say anything about it.
Not really. Like I don't think we know. We haven't really talked to Thephamine again.
You guys know that like all magic needs to have a balance.
Yeah, we know that.
Okay,
yeah, that's been preached since like
that's
fourth
what
ring.
That's what I thought. So that's what I was saying. So like, it's interesting because like that just goes. That's why like I wanted to tell you so bad, but I believe it was Greg who got it right when Greg was like, "I think the Venin could have signets," and then like I think we just like Will and I both just were like, "Nah, no way." But it was like because I had to gas him up because that was after I said like, "Well, you know, all magic has to have balance." And that's what Greg was like, "Well, if it has to have balance." Because that's what I was thinking. Because yes, like that's kind of the theory is that like if magic has balance and like basically then it's like there's another ice wielder, fire wielder, shadow wielder, distance wielder. Like technically, like you know, we don't know that, but technically there should be on the Venin side, which is like pretty interesting.
Yeah,
that is what it seems like. But that just sparks a little counterpoint to Greg's comment about Varish being a Venin. He wouldn't be able to use his like weakness spotting signet inside the wards of Navarre, where they were where he was the entirety of Iron Flame.
Is that confirmed?
Because Jack Barlow still used his signet after he turned Venin.
What's his signet?
You don't remember what Jack Barlow's signet was?
I don't remember what it was. Whatever it was.
I don't think they ever said.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so, like, but that's where I think, like, you might be. So to explain this even more, basically, like, it goes back to like there's like prophecies kind of thing written. So it's like if Varish became a dragon became a dragon rider, and it was his weakness signet. If he would have turned Venin, then that signet would now, like his signet now would be Venin, and then it wouldn't like to balance it out. It'd be like someone new signet would get it.
Dude, what if
he would still be able to? He can use it in the wards because Jack Barlow does say that like it's just lesser.
Dude, there's a piece of me.
Would make sense then because then like there are things that like you think in your head like in the interrogation stuff he should have been able to get out of Violet. And all the weakness stuff, and then he got all of it wrong.
Dude, I'm gonna throw out a random.
Is that Sophie behind you?
Yeah.
I miss
her. Sorry, Greg.
Oh, cameo.
Let's go to cameo real quick before I throw this out.
Oh, weird. From behind the chair.
Oh, Sophie.
So you guys don't know that's my childhood bug.
Sophie.
Hi, mamas. Hi. I miss you. I'll see you soon. Gabby just said I'm pissing my cat off, Oliver. Hi, Soph. I gotta get up there. I haven't seen her in a minute.
But what I was going to say was because we're talking about this balance of power stuff, right? Xaden became a Venin. That should technically mean that if there was a Venin Shadow wielder, he should have died. So then my thought is that Stephanie wants her or Violet to become a Venin so badly. Dude, I almost think like in order, like This is my thought. In order to be freed from being a Venin, it's almost like you have to suck another soul into becoming a Venin in order to release yourself. I'm dancing with that thought right now.
What if
I don't know the answer to it, but
they're
that's a fun
just
thought.
trying to, because say Stephanie gets Violet as an initiate, ASIM, whatever the fuck. That means if we're going based off this theory, that there would have to be 2 new lightning wielders, and they just keep trying to fucking recruit
That's if
lightning.
Stephanie's a lightning wielder.
Building
True.
that. Okay. Yeah. I'm saying if we're going off this collective theory.
So annoyed.
Yeah.
You always get so annoyed, so I love doing it to you.
That's why I prefaced it with if we're going off of this.
Going off of that theory.
And then
But
there's
it also could be-
because then recruit another 2, and then there's 4 more. Just keep fucking pulling in all the lightning or the
But
pure powers or whatever.
what we have to remember is that you get your signets, as far as we know now, even at the end of the book, as far as I know, you get your signets from dragons, right? So then the real theory that we should be talking about then would be there is no Venin with signets. It's dragon riders that become Venin that then still have their signets. So then the new, like, to get, because like you were saying, Greg, like, oh, if Zayden's Venin, he has shadow wielding, then the other like Venin should have died.
Mhm.
But what do we know about shadow wielding? Shadow wielding is one of the rare powers that it only happens once every 500 years,
Yeah.
right? So now that
Yeah,
we
whatever.
know that,
Whatever.
and he is now Venin, that would now mean that the Venin have a shadow wielder, and the good guys do not have a shadow wielder.
True.
So now the only way for the good guys to get another shadow wielder is for a dragon to give them that signet.
The dragons don't have
Well,
choice. Dragons don't have choice in what you
Well,
get.
to manifest however
Yeah.
they manifest, because it would,
It's based off necessity or whatever. Like they just get the magic, like they can channel, and then they decide to. Because that's what, and darn is like, it's not my job to. Like it's your job to manifest a signet however you see fit.
Yeah, it's almost like they're just like a.
What if Eric gets the shadows instead of the earth?
Ooh,
That's a possibility.
possibility.
ooh, that's a hot take. I actually like that one a lot. Eric could. Ooh, and then Eric could kill Zayden. Crazier take.
Dude,
Well,
this
no,
guy
he
just-
says that the only
Talking
one
about the
capable
book,
of
Greg's just
killing
like,
Zayden.
I want him to die.
Get Zayden out of here.
He says
Get him
only
out of here.
Violet can kill him.
Zayden
Like
needs to go.
700 million times.
He does say that. Dude, there was a little piece in here I forgot to write down. I wanted to, but I was just too quick reading. There was another shout out to Violet paying attention to Dane again in these chapters where it does seem like there's potential for her
Bring the
to
friendship back.
not friendship.
There's none.
I don't think friendship. I think
It's
she's
strictly
starting.
friendship.
No.
There's
tell you.
absolutely 0 attraction.
No, there's
It's
not.
strictly
Stop
friendship,
it.
dude.
Stop it. Ask Sarah what her
It's the
take
most
is on this.
painful-
Ask Sarah what her take is. Does she think Dane's back in or not?
Thoughts on Dane and Violet more than friendship?
Is it back?
Oh,
Is the McRib back?
No, absolutely not.
Is the McRib back? Are the Taco Bell fries? Are the nacho fries back? That's what we're looking for right now. Are they back? I
Give me
don't know.
number 7 with nacho fries.
Dude, bring it back, please. Why is that a winter?
If you guys want to know a fun fact about Will and Greg, that's their order number 7 at Taco Bell. It's the quesadilla.
Every
They
time.
fucking love it.
Every
I'm a cheesy
time.
gordita crunch guy myself, but they love the number 7.
Listen, you could be
If
reading.
I'm hungry, that's
It's,
number 2.
it's definitely written in a
Give me some
Bible
credit, though,
somewhere.
that I remembered that.
That
you
is
guys
good.
are
That
number
is good that you
7
remember that.
It's pretty
That was-
impressive.
It's a
That
great
was a
number.
big part of growing up. Is just getting number
I
7s.
mean, we haven't had
That and Baja
the last
Blast.
time we played golf is when you guys got your number 7. At least with me.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was Katie.
I've
That's when I
had.
broke the fucking dude. Hold up, sidebar, super sidebar conversation.
It's a sidebar for sure.
And I'm so sorry if who is listening doesn't care about golf, but the 3 of us love golf, so we're gonna talk about it for a second. I just need to clarify something real quick. Will and I golfed the other day, and we happened to bring up the fact that when we were at Concordia, when I broke the guy's back windshield, Hand up, I definitely did it, right? Hand up, I did it. First hole, did it.
Hang on. Quick time out. Was it a marked ball? I forget if it was a marked
No,
ball.
it wasn't even marked.
Oh, okay.
But they said the name of it, and I was like, well, shit, I was hitting the max fly, so like, fine. Hand up, and most likely it was me. However, it doesn't help that on the first hole I tee off, and you just and I'm like, no big deal. Greg immediately shoots his mouth off. Sounds like you just broke a window. And I was like, no, everything's fine. Whatever. So
I think I said to me,
preference. The ball goes straight into the parking lot, right? And all you hear is like cracking glass. And then Nick is going, like, Greg thinks it's a window. That thing blew up the car.
So this was also, I just want to preface this too. I'm a lot better at golf now. Okay, a lot better. I'm actually pretty decent now. This was a couple of years ago. But so now we're on like, what are we on? Like, I think like the 12th hole, maybe the 13th hole.
it was right at the turn.
Like, we get like rolled up on by like this squad deep. And so, Greg, I just want to throw this out there. Will and I were talking about this.
Uh-huh.
These guys, so the story is these guys came up and immediately like, you broke my window, get all tough.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, listen, I was very calm and collective. I did the right thing. I paid for the guys' windows. The right thing to do. Anyway, Will and I talked about this the other day. Bro, Will, shout out Will. Will had my back. Will was ready to fight if we had to fight. Hand up, Greg was not about to fight at all, dude.
What is this blasphemy right now, bro? I was there. I was ready.
Greg, the guy said what I was hitting, and you literally said, Nick, weren't you hitting that? You fucking told me, dude.
That is not true. That is not true.
Dude,
I didn't say a word. I didn't say a word.
Like hysterical. We thought it was so funny, dude.
I was in the car.
Correct. I definitely didn't say anything.
You guys, I was parked further away from the tee box, and you guys were both talking to them, and I just heard the shit going down. I was like, all right, I'm ready.
Full disclosure, too, when we left, the guy's window was fucking shattered in the back.
It was funny. It was funny. That guy was a weird guy, too.
I did pay for it. I did the right thing. I fucking paid for it. That same day, too, remember I hit the house window, too? But the guy was like, don't worry about it. It's okay.
The house window.
That was the second hole. No, the third hole. It wasn't a window. I hit the house. The side
start, huh? That was a rough start,
dude.
Rough start. That is a tough course, though. A lot of houses.
It's so small, dude. It's so thin. Like, nah, dude. But yeah. I'm sorry. I just wanted to throw it out there because Will and I were dying laughing the other day when we were playing.
It's always a good story to come up. Smashing windshields.
It's a banger story.
Sorry about that. A little sidebar, but it's a great story. I'm glad it lives forever on the internet now.
Honestly, I mean,
funny.
If you guys have more to talk about, we can. But that pretty much was the section 11 to 23.
I mean,
yeah,
we could just decide.
It's sub 1
hour.
What
to read now.
We are. I mean, I guess you guys want to do another 100 pages.
Yeah, I'm down.
So you're at 204.
That one was like around 115, maybe.
I was thinking we go to not hold on. 37. So not read 37, but go to 37. So page 311.
Let me see how that ends because hold on. Yeah. Do not end at 36. You need to read 36. If you end at 36, you guys are gonna be so fucking pissed off. You're gonna be so upset. So we're gonna go to finish chapter. Wait, hold on. I just want to make sure. Oh, dude, all right. Okay. Here's the thing.
Okay.
We can read
both of those chapters. They end with two characters. So let's
don't fucking say
I'm not
what.
saying nothing. 35 ends with a character in life or death situation. You will find out life or death answered in 36. However, 36 also ends with a character in a life or death situation.
So you're saying we should stop before 35? Should we stop?
So,
or stop looking at 37.
I think you might have to read. Let me see where 37 ends.
Oh, stop at
I think you
38.
should stop at 38. So that would be 320.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
I
that's
think
fine.
because the two chapters are small, but I just read the last page to both chapters.
Mhm.
And the one how 35 ends is he isn't breathing. And then, so that's not fun. And then 36 ends with the cook's knife is lodged in his side.
I can't wait until
What are you
Nick is
doing?
back on our level of not knowing things. Bro's
Yeah,
just
I
like, I'm
can't
not going
wait
to tell you
to know
anything.
what's
One's
going
not
on.
You don't know
breathing.
who his is. You don't know who he is. It could be anybody.
Oh, we know it's not Ree now. We know it's not Mira now.
You know, it's not Violet.
We know it's not Violet now.
Ree's not on Quest Squad.
I'm just saying.
So
It's a guy. So we're saying Ridoc is back on the dagger side. We're cooked.
All we know,
Chat, we're cooked.
all we know is it's not Cat, Violet, and that's it. And Mira. That's all you know.
You narrowed it by 50. You narrowed. It's 50. You turned a 50-50. It's 3 out of 6.
I know. Now we're like
You also
Zayden,
don't know that.
Drake.
I could also be lying. I could have read the wrong fucking line. Just saying. Don't believe everything you say, guys. It's the internet. Can't believe everything.
Believe everything he says. All right, let's wrap it up.
Also, my last thing to say is Greg's comment about the gods is a very interesting one. You will learn more about the gods, Greg. There is a theory about the gods that I can't share right now, but there is a very fun theory, and you will learn more about the gods. But that was what I wanted to end it at. Also, I will give you guys a quick little update. When you get to chapter 35, you will finally learn what chocolate cake is. If you guys remember that little spoiler that I gave you in Fourth Wing or Iron Flame. I don't remember which one I gave
brings
you.
it to him on the parapet or the
About
turret.
the chocolate cake. And I was like, you'll finally learn about chocolate cake because it was a spoiler, but now you'll
I
figure it out.
have like
But
no idea what we're talking about with the chocolate cake right now.
It was like a brief thing in Iron Flame.
maybe you should go back and watch our YouTube videos, and then you'll realize that at the end of the video, I spoiled chocolate cake. And Will said, "Are you kidding me? I'm going to be thinking about that now for a while. You do know that, right?"
This is good.
And
This is good.
that's-
That I blanked out on your spoiler alert there, so this is
I
good.
guess so. I guess so.
It's good
But
timing.
That's been another episode of Times New Roman. It is now time to put the book down and go to bed. So thank you for listening.
Almost time to pick it
Please.
back up.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
Almost time to pick it back up.
I gotta find out the next section.
Yep, so we'll read to Will is correct. I apologize. You're going to read up until chapter 38. You're not going to read chapter 38. You will read the last line you'll read is magic. That is the last word. So there you go. And please like, subscribe, comment below. Tell Greg that he's freaking crazy and he's an idiot. And please just keep watching, even though Greg's crazy. Will and I we agree and appreciate with you guys. We think Greg is crazy as well. So, and let us know in the comments below if you think we should kick Greg out and bring Sarah in.
No.
We're open to suggestions.
Leave a comment if you have common sense. Put it in there that you're on my side and that I'm just have the perfect takes. That's what I want to see. I can't wait till I wake up one day and I see a comment where someone's like, "Dude, I feel that about Halden," or "I feel that about Varsh." That's all I can say. Boom.
One day.
Night,
One
folks.
day.
No.
Well, with that, good night. Enjoy opening
days.
day. Enjoy baseball. It's finally back. Go Phillies and Yankees.
Yeah.
And Angels. But we don't really care about the Angels. But we care about the
Thanks for
O's.
the
The
trade
Angels-
Trout so we can go to a different team.
Great shots. It's crazy.
All right. See you guys. Love you. Bye.